Morning, students. Today we are taking up a small topic in Fasciola hepatica, that is the digestive system in the liver fluke. Now, first of all, we should talk about the alimentary canal of Fasciola hepatica. So, Fasciola has an incomplete alimentary canal. Incomplete means it has a mouth, but it has no anus. So anus is lacking in the digestive system of Fasciola hepatica. So this is, I think, so it is opening only from the mouth. Now this mouth is situated at the anterior end, which is surrounded by an oral sucker. So we have discussed in the very first video of Fasciola that mouth is surrounded by an oral sucker. Now this oral sucker is helping the Fasciola hepatica in sucking of the food. Now after this oral sucker we have got a muscular pharynx, and this is the most important organ in digestion as well as the intake of the food. Now what is the mechanism of intake of the food is whenever the muscles of the oral sucker and the muscles of the pharynx they relax, the inside volume of the esophagus it increases. So when the esophagus dilates, it pulls the food inside towards the mouth. So this is the mechanism of the pharynx and the oral sucker in sucking of the food. So now we can say that pharynx and oral sucker they are functioning together to suck the food in Fasciola hepatica. Now this pharynx is also provided with the radial muscles and pharyngeal glands. So it is a very important structure. It is followed by a short and a narrow esophagus. Now here the esophagus is quite short in size, and this is a tube-like structure which is taking the food from the mouth up to the intestine. Now after this, intestine it bifurcates into two limbs. So intestine has got two limbs, and these limbs are again they are divided into a number of caecae. So you can well see the number of caecae. So what is the function of caecae? Basically these increase the surface area of the intestine for proper absorption and digestion. So as we have villi in our intestine to increase the surface area, Fasciola hepatica has got caecae for proper digestion and absorption. Now, so what happens when the flukes are hungry? So they migrate into smaller bile ducts and capillaries for feeding. They suck upon the food. They can suck upon lymph also, or bile, or they can go with the tissue pieces. Now the oral sucker and the muscular pharynx, they are serving as an efficient suctorial apparatus, as we have discussed earlier. Now the digestion here is extracellular, and it takes place in the intestine. So it takes place in the two limbs of the intestine, left and right. Now the distribution of the digested food is accomplished by the ramifying diverticula or the caecae, which we have discussed. So here the absorption occurs. So the waste materials they are digested through the mouth. So here what happens when the digested food is taken into the body, what is remaining inside the intestine now are the waste materials. Now these waste materials, as there is no anus, they are thrown out of the mouth itself. So mouth is acting also as an anus here. Now one thing is worth mentioning here that some sugars like glucose and fructose may diffuse directly into the body of the fluke from the general surface. So there is no need to digest it. They are taken simply through the general body surface of the flukes. The absorption of some digested food and amino acids, they also takes place through the tegument. So tegument is the outermost layer and they can diffuse through this tegument. Food is reserved in the form of glycogen and fats in the mesenchyme and the muscles. So here the fasciula hepatica can also store food in the form of glycogen. So students, that was all about the digestive system of fasciula hepatica. Now in this part of the video we are talking about the respiration in fasciula. As fasciula is inhabiting the bile ducts or the liver of the host, that particular part is devoid of any kind of oxygen. So oxygen content in the bile is extremely low. So the fasciula hepatica is usually anaerobic and they respire anaerobically. So in this process of anaerobic respiration, the glycogen, it breaks up by anaerobic glycolysis into carbon dioxide and fatty acids. Now the lactic acid is the end product of the glycolysis. The carbon dioxide, it also diffuses out through the general body surface simply by diffusion, as we have discussed in the earlier animals also. Whereas the fatty acids or the lactic acid, it gets eliminated through the excretory system. So this is an exothermic reaction which involves the release of the heat inside the body. So if there is any free oxygen available, the fasciula hepatica may shift to the aerobic respiration. So that kind of animal is called as a facultative anaerobe. That means it is basically an anaerobe, but whenever oxygen is available, it may shift to aerobic respiration.